Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today we are basically going to talk about the Forex book launch that we had last week on the 29th of May, which was on a Friday. We had a beautiful 2-hour session where we got to launch our book, a template for understanding the Forex market. We did this to the public, we shared, there were quite a number of people who tuned in, and I'm here to tell you thank you very much for tuning in and supporting us launch our official book. We had about 50 people who are watching the whole launch. They commented, we talked, we had an interactive session with them, which was a very beautiful interaction. So in this video that you're going to watch, which is what happened on the Zoom session, you'll see me, I started the introduction. I talked about where Forex is going, where Financial Hub is from, how we got the name. I also shared a very beautiful failure story that we had last year where we lost about 100,000. So just tune in and watch that video. Later on, after I finished, Ken came in, talked about what is entailed in our book, and then after that, Taras came in and finished the session talking about the different products we have apart from the book. So I hope you learn and enjoy, and just comment below if you want to purchase our book. You can go to our Paybill number 562694, account number, just put your name, and our book now retails for 2,500 Kenya shillings. So that's from me, and enjoy the video. Hello everyone, I hope you can see me. I can see some of you. If you can see me and hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the music and the view we gave you. We're about to start in the next few minutes. So once again, thank you everyone for joining. My name is Caleb. I work here with Ken. You'll see Ken later on, and Taras as well. We're also here with Brand, who's helping us video everything. So as we start, we started just a brief history of who we are, how we started trading, how we got into trading. We started back in 2017. So actually late 2016, we got introduced to the Forex market. I got introduced to the Forex market from my cousin. She came from abroad and introduced me to this interesting new world of financial markets. I didn't know it existed. I was still fresh, not really fresh, but I was a bit fresh from high school, and I was still doing other stuff. I was still planning on going to do my university and do a lot different other stuff. Actually, at that time, I was still in the university studying film and TV. So I got introduced to Forex market, and later on we linked up with Ken. He was also doing the Forex market, and we were already friends before. So once we just met yet again, it just took off from there. We just merged and decided to do this as a partnership and to help educate people. So when we started trading, we didn't have any plan of teaching anyone. You've come here basically for our Forex book launch. And when we started off, I won't lie to you, we did not have any plan of giving people knowledge, of sharing the book, of making any financial course. But along the way, when we started, the main goal was actually to make money. We just wanted to make money. We saw people online making money, and we saw it as a good avenue for us to make money because we like numbers and all. So later on, when we were getting deeper into this, many people started asking us for advice. They saw us trading and decided, we want to understand how you guys trade the financial markets. And during that moment, as we keep talking here with Ken, and we keep also with Taras, and we always share with one another, ideas do not come fully formed. So that's something we've learned here at Financial Hub when building this company. Ideas do not come fully formed. When we started off, we just wanted to make money on our own. But when things started picking up, we decided, why not, as we grow, why not lift other people up as well? So we took some time, we started learning the Forex market, we wrote a book, we wrote just basics. Like if you go online, you can always get some basics about different stuff about Forex, but they're so vague, they're all over the place, they're scattered. You don't know what to use, what not to use, because not everything works in the Forex market. Some things are outdated and some things are not. So when we had our online book, which was an ebook. So you can go to our website, and we used to give it out for free. We started sharing, sending people the PDFs. Later on, people are really asking for an in-depth book, which we explain deeper what we do, how to use the market, how to look at chart analysis, which Ken will come and talk about that. So during the years, as we started doing more research in order to help these people who are asking us, and we wanted to do this for free, everything, we just wanted to give service back to the people. We wanted to help people grow because we believe in lifting each other's up. Sorry about that. So Ken and I and Taras, we wrote the book, we divided the work into all of us, and we ended up coming with this beautiful book that you're seeing here called A Template for Understanding the Forex Market. So as you can see, it's written down there, proven strategies for profiting in the Forex trading. So as we started, we had no one to guide us, basically. We had no one. When you enter an industry, you're always looking for someone authentic, someone who can teach you the right stuff. Let's say, for example, if you're going to do an engineering course, of course, you won't go to a beauty school. You look for the best people who are teaching the Forex, who are teaching engineering. So that's the same thing we wanted. Forex market is really wide, and there are many people who are doing it at that time who the CMA had not regulated the market. When we started off in late 2016, early 2017, the Forex market was not regulated. So we've seen the industry grow. We've been in it 3.5 years so far right now. So we saw when the CMA came, we regulated it. And then now, before that, now many people are getting conned. Many people are being scammed in the Forex market. So it left this bad name that really spoiled for us, the industry. Many people think of Forex market as a gambling site, as something that you do as a side hustle. This is not a side hustle. Forex is a serious career if you decide to partake in it. So that's how we came up with the book. We decided to compile everything because not everyone is good in research and not everyone is good at learning for themselves. At least we have the ability to teach ourselves and learn for ourselves. So now we are here to help and guide you. The market has been regulated. This is a growing industry, and everyone is really getting into the market but the wrong information. So that is why we have the book. So what is the vision? Why do we exist? How does Financial Hub, how did we come to being? So if you Google the name Financial Hub, this will answer the question. If you Google the name Financial Hub, you'll get Investopedia, which Investopedia gives a very good explanation. And it says Financial Hub. If you just search Financial Hub. So a financial hub, also known as a financial center by the International Monetary Fund, IMF. So basically, a financial hub is a city or a region where a large number and variety of financial services institutions are headquartered. Okay, so financial hub, if you Google Investopedia, basically tells you is a city or a region where a large number or a variety of financial services institutions are headquartered. So the term hub in the financial hub is a metaphor comparing the financial services industry to a wheel with a hub and spokes. So everything is centered at the middle of one place. So why we named Financial Hub is because it's in line with the vision we have. So we got into the financial markets. We didn't have anyone to guide us. We knew Nairobi was really growing as a financial center. If you look at Upper Hill, which we are lucky, the place we have, the office we have a beautiful view of Upper Hill. It's a very growing, it's a good center for the financial services. If you go there, you'll find Britam, the insurance, you'll find KCB Towers, you'll find Equity. So that place is really, really, it's a center for financial services. So we want to be part of that growth. So as we started, we said, we need a center, a strong name that can really capture people. And that's how the name Financial Hub came to being. So if you think of the word, if you think of New York, yes, and if you think of outside the US place, United States, if you think of London, when you think of those names, you just think, especially if you're familiar with financial terms, you just know, if you think of New York, you're thinking of Wall Street. If you think of London, you're thinking of it as the financial center of the whole world. The upcoming center is Tokyo. But if you hear Nairobi, we have no really name to it. Like, there's nothing you can really put a name to it. It's nothing. It's not linked to anything. So we believe here that we can become a very, very strong financial hub to the whole world. So when you hear of Tokyo, it's financial. If you hear London, financial services. If you hear of US, New York, financial services. So in the US, when you're growing up, when you're young, when the babies are born, when you grow up, you're always taught about the financial services. So you know the stock market, you're always investing in the stock market. Unlike here in Kenya, I speak for Kenya as a whole, not really Africa. I've not done as much research, but here in Kenya, when you're growing up, the main thing in terms of investment that we know is real estate. So nunua shamba, get shamba and invest in land. So that's what we're taught. But we're here to change that. There's a paradigm shift going on. And we want to be part of that, the pioneers who helped shape this industry. So that's our main goal. That's our vision, to be able to give financial literacy to the masses. And that's why we named ourselves Financial Hub. So it was in line with our future, what we were visioning, where we're going. Yes, we believe where we are and where we're going is where eye has not seen and ear has not heard. That is where we're going. The vision is too big for us to understand where we're going, but we know one day, one way or another, we're going to get there. So we want to help educate the financial masses. So don't think, if you're in the old age, do not think of the pension fund as now you're going to enjoy the money in the future. Think of now and how can you invest now. And that's why currently we focus on the Forex market, which I'll talk about that later on. But later on, we'll also be introducing the bonds market, the stock market, the derivatives, the commodities such as coffee, copper, rice, precious metals such as gold. We do all those trading in the same time. So any age you can start learning about the Forex market. If you're young, it's the best time to start. Look at what is happening right now. Many people are being laid off around the world. People are not working. And here at Financial Hub, we are always working. As long as this financial system, we are always going to be trading. So we are sort of basically self-employed. So we want to help people do that. If you're already old, let's say above 50, well, I'm not saying that is old, but if you're above 50, if you're above 50, we've been talking with my folks, my mom and dad, and they told me a chapter on Job 42, verse 12. And that says, basically, you'll be blessed in your latter days. Your latter days will be more prosperous than your previous years. So if you pay attention to that, anything is possible at any time. KFC, the founder started it, Sanders started it when he was in old age. So anything is possible. The second reason why we have Financial Hub is because we're given a responsibility. When we were starting off Financial Hub, we went to CMA, Capital Markets Authority. They're the ones who regulate the financial services here in Kenya. So they called us to their offices in Upper Hill, which we were really humbled to go there. But when we went, they were basically investigating us. When we started off, they had just regulated the markets in 2017 August. So they were looking for scammers, people who are doing this the wrong way. So we went and sat with them, but they had done the background check on us, and they saw that we are quite authentic, and our main goal was to educate the masses. So they gave us a responsibility, and they told us, please, Caleb and Ken, clean the market. Many people have destroyed the name Forex. So part of our mission, part of our goal is to be able to shame the scammers. Many people, one, let me tell you here for a fact, it's illegal for you to give out your money for someone to trade for you in the Forex market to a person who does not have a license. So make sure if you want to invest, always invest in someone who has a license. Before that, we've talked to many people have been scammed out here, being told 70% return in a month. That basically means I'll double your money in the next 2 months. That is next to impossible. Yes, you can have a lucky trade, but that does not happen consistently. We personally believe in 5 to 10% within 3 months. So that is a good range to deal with. So basically, we're here to shame the scammers. We've seen many people doing this illegally, and we want to eradicate that from the financial services. So just as I said, in New York, if you go to New York, many people there just know Wall Street. When you hear New York, you know Wall Street. You know people are making money there. We as well are going to do that with Financial Hub here in Kenya, and we'll do it for Africa as a whole. So what is our goal? What is our end goal? At the end of this, we'll be able to create job employment. We'll be able to have innovation in the financial sector, not just in the financial sector, but in different sectors as a whole. So that is part of our mission. We really want to help people be able to be self-employed and look for other means. We are changing. There's a paradigm shift happening in the world. If you're here in Kenya, you've seen what has happened in Norfolk. People have been laid off. They've closed their hotel indefinitely. People are being laid off. But here in the financial services, if you're able to invest in the stock market, it will be always ongoing, always ongoing. So we are sort of pandemic proof at the same time, but you cannot be pandemic proof if you do not know what you're investing in. So that's why we wrote the book, to help you understand what you're doing. So we're basically here to tell you, even if you read our book and you do not get that feeling of trading and all, get a skill, learn a skill, believe in your dreams, chase what you really want to do, get what you're good at and become great at it. Good is the enemy of great. That's on the book. That's from the book Good to Great by James Collins. Good is the enemy of great. If you want to become good, you will not become great enough. Only the great people do extraordinary things. And with that said, I will share with you a story we had, which sort of happened last year. And this story, no one knows, no one knows about it. Not even my parents. Actually, I think they're alive right now and they'll be hearing this for the first time and they'll be really shocked. But it's what we're willing to risk here at Financial Hub to help this financial industry grow. So here at Financial Hub, we started with the website. The website, we believe in nothing but the best. So we started with a way out of the norm website. So if you have not visited our website, you can go visit our website at www.financialhub.co.ke. So we started with that and we started giving free information. So we started giving out our trades. We started giving out different economic views, what is happening in the markets for free. We just decided to educate the people, get our names out there. A few months later, we started our YouTube channel, and every single week, if you visited our YouTube channel, it's called Financial Hub on YouTube. You'll just see our logo and our images there. We've done very many videos where we're just sharing different analysis every single week, and once in a while, we also share different lessons we've learned in the Forex market. So a few months after that, it was last year, we started the website in 2018. In 2019, we registered our company. And last year, at a time like this, exactly May 27th, we decided to have a boot camp. So in this boot camp, we decided, okay, since we already have our website, our names are out there, we have a YouTube channel, people know us, we can throw a very good boot camp where people will come for 3 days and we'll be able to educate them. So this is what happened. So we got a venue, we got a beautiful venue. We decided, just like our website, we started our websites with class. So we decided, even if we're going to teach, we're going to teach with class. That's what the financial services is all about, teaching people how to make money. So you have to meet the standard. So we went to Sankara. So we decided to throw our meeting in Sankara. Sankara gave us a price of 4,500 per person, which was quite expensive. So around 4,000, between 4,000 and 4,500, around that price. I'm not really certain of what number it was. So we decided to compare it with Pride-In. So we went to Pride-In, and Pride-In gave us an offer of 3,500. But we started Pride-In and told them, you know what, Sankara are charging us for 3,000. So can you do anything lower? But at that time, Sankara is still charging 4,500. We're still wondering how we're going to meet that price. So Pride-In told us, give us a few days, we'll get back to you. So I think about a day later, Pride-In called us and they told us we'll do for you at 2,500. So we're like, yes, we've reduced the price by almost 30%, we'll go with that. So we decided we booked for 20 people. So we booked for a 20-seater conference room. So we had to put down payments, and the amount, it was coming to about 90,000 total for all the expenses inclusive. If you take around 3,000 adding the expenses, it was coming to about 90,000, between 90,000 and 100,000. So we did our down payment, our own money. We paid half of it, 50,000, and the rest we decided to pay it after people pay. So we went out, created a poster, kept my face on it, kept Ken's face on it. We know we're on YouTube, we know people know us, people are going to buy, and we kept a big charge down there at 15,000 per person for 3 days, inclusive of everything, inclusive of food, inclusive of pens, inclusive of everything, plus the knowledge we are going to share. And we kept it out for 15,000. And 2 weeks prior to the event starting, which was on 27th May, so 2 weeks prior, no one had paid. So it was still 15,000 and no one had paid. So Ken and I discussed and said, will this thing really work? What are we going to do? Then we just said, Kenyans, as usual, are latecomers. They're going to pay in the last minute. So we said, okay, let's push it to the next week. People will pay. So we called, we sort of had that feeling of we need to cancel this. So we called, tried in, and they told us, if you want to cancel, 14 days prior, if you cancel your meeting 14 days prior to the event, you will be cut half. So we'll have to pay half the amount. And if it comes to 7 days prior the event, you cannot be returned the money. So you cannot, basically you just have to go ahead with it. So we're here, we've paid deposit, we don't have money at that moment, and decided, okay, let's just go ahead with it. People will pay in the last minute. So we're still chatting with people, you know, Kenyans always giving you good feedback. Yes, this is a good stuff, we're going to come, but no one is actually paying. So just getting good words, but no one is paying. So when it came now to 7 days prior the event happening, still no one had paid, and we hadn't had any more money. No one had given us more money. So we were wondering how we're going to go by this. What will we do? So Ken and I just sat down. We had a very stressful meeting, and we decided, you know what? We're going to take this risk. We are going to educate these people for free. So we'll cover up the cost. They're 100,000. We're going to pay it up. We won't even tell. Listen, my mom had calculated the profits we were going to make. Like, she knew my son is going to have some money at the end of this. Like, if you're charging 15,000 per person, you're targeting 20 people, that's about 300,000. It's costing us about 100,000, 200,000 each. We split it 10. We have a good 100,000 each. That's the same thing we thought. So my mom had calculated the profit. So thinking about it, I couldn't again go back to my folks and tell them, you know what, no one has paid. We decided to pay for ourselves. You know, when it comes to business, some stories you always need, some decisions, you always have to make them. They're tough decisions, and you have to man up and take responsibility and decide, this is where I'm going to take my company. So we didn't forgo the meeting. We decided, okay, so we decided, since we are going to have this meeting, since we cannot cancel, we have had this failure, but we're going to turn this negativity into a positivity. This is the risk, this is the amount of determination we have here at Financial Hub. We want to really grow the market. So we decided to call each and every individual who was texting us, those people who are telling us, you're having a good thing, I wish you could come, but I do not have money. We called each and every one of them, and we told them privately. So, for example, I called Ken. I told Ken, hello, Ken, you've been invited to the Financial Hub Trade-In event. You have been selectively chosen and nominated to come for this event, which will be 3 days. Everything is inclusive. We've paid for everything. And we called every single person, but we didn't do 20 people. We turned it down to 10 people. So we called 10 people because we could not cover the cost of 20 people. That would be a bit too much. So we did 10 people. We called each and every one of them. We had already booked the room for 20 people, so we still had to pay off that, but we decided to do it with a small number. So everyone who came, actually in that meeting, if anyone who was in that boot camp is watching this right now, no one knew that the other people had come for free, because everyone knew that been selectively chosen, but the other people had paid for. So each and everyone came for free. So why we really decided to go through with it, we wanted to learn from it. So we wanted to learn, do we have the right ability to teach people? Is the hunger for Forex market there? Do we have what it takes to teach the people financial literacy? We just wanted to test and get our names out there and learn from our mistakes. And we're very, very glad we went through with that decision. Yes, it might have looked like a failure at that moment, but to us, it was a winner. And if you go to our YouTube channel, you can search Financial Hub Forex Bootcamp. We've done 3 videos, which you can see each and every day. We did a good video. You can just go and watch it and see what we did on there. So basically, during that session, we learned that people are really hungry for the Forex market. And we decided to, okay, let's sit back, let's do an online course. So we learned from our mistakes. we decided, okay, the best thing we can do from our mistakes is just learn from it and grow from it. The money was painful. It really hit us 100,000, about $1,000, which God provided it. I will not lie to you. We didn't talk to our parents. We didn't tell them about this. They're hearing this for the first time. So that is the lesson we learned, and it was very, very educative. So from it, we decided now to write a book. The best way you cannot teach anyone Forex in 3 days. That's something we learned. It takes time to understand the Forex market. I got to understand my strengths. I got to understand my weakness. I understood Ken's strength and his weaknesses, and now we can divide the tasks into different people and how we can maximize on what we're good at. So that's basically a failure story that I just wanted you people to hear and know that things happen here. When you're in the entrepreneurship business, things happen. You did not expect that to happen. They do not teach that in school. I repeat, they will not teach you about failure in school. That's the goodness of doing business here. I do not want to get really emotional about what you learn in school and what you learn out here, but I will tell you, being in the ground here is very different from being in a theory class. Please get that. What you learn from theory is not same from practical. And that there's a saying that says, when it comes to theory and practical are the same, but when it comes to practicals, they're totally different things. Out here, the skills you gain during your growing years, what you can really pursue and monetize on it. If you can get that, what you're really good at, and monetize on it, then please, I can urge you, pursue that. You're seeing what is happening out here. We've come into a digital world. People are changing the way they work. We're working from home. Please, people, my advice to you is just follow your dreams and do what you want to do. So starting off now, just apart from that, coming back to our book, coming back to the Forex market, what is the Forex market? So if you're looking to get this as a career, what is the Forex market? So Forex market basically stands for foreign exchange. So those two words are just brought together to create the word Forex. So foreign exchange. Around the world, each and every day, there's around $6 trillion that is exchanged in the Forex market. And the Forex market basically entails buying and selling of currencies. So we all do this, buying and selling of currencies. If I'm here in Kenya and I want to go to the UK, I cannot go there and use my Kenya shillings in the UK. They cannot accept it. It's totally different. So what do I have to do? I have to exchange the money at the airport, at a Forex bureau. And note, we are not the same as Forex bureau. When you're trading money, which I'll get into that. So when you're traveling, you're basically exchanging your money and you participate in the Forex market. As well as, for example, let's say when countries are trading with one another. So if you've been following the news, we've just received a 1 billion tender from outside sources here in Kenya to help with the coronavirus. So that money comes in dollars. When such an amount of money comes, you need to exchange it into Kenya shillings so that it can be used within the country. So that is foreign exchange. Another example is, for example, let's say Amazon wants to buy Alibaba, for example. So Alibaba is in China and Amazon is in the US. So Amazon deals with US dollars and Alibaba deals with the Chinese yuan. But when they want to do an exchange, they have to agree what currency they're going to exchange. So that exchange results to the Forex market. That $6 trillion I've talked about, that amount that keeps circulating each and every day across hands is what we all participate in. So we're all participating in the Forex market. So now as traders, where we come in is to take advantage of this movement of currency from one hand to another. So our main work here, for example, is to look, how is the US dollar performing? Is it a good buy? Is it strong? Well, if you look at what is happening right now, if I give an example, the US dollar, there's a lot of uncertainty happening around the world. So with the corona pandemic. So when that happens, many people move into safe havens. So if you saw the stock market in the US, it crashed. We crashed about more than 30%. So when that happens, we normally move our money. We remove our money from the stock market and we decide to sit on cash. For example, we sit on the US dollar. That's the international money reserve. So many people will sit on the US dollar, especially investors, because the US dollar is widely accepted all over the world. So when you do that, many people are sitting on cash, sitting on the US dollar, meaning there's no supply of US dollar around the economy. Basically, that just means if in terms of what we're taught in business, supply and demand, if the supply is low and the demand is high, what will happen to whatever underlying commodity you're looking at is going to appreciate in price. So that's the same thing now we do here. That's the work of us traders. We're looking to see which currency is stronger, which one is weaker, and which one will I buy or sell according to what I've analyzed. So that's basically what Forex market is. That's why we come in. That's what we teach with our book here, with understanding the Forex market. We take you through all this. We teach you how to analyze the global markets, how to look at financial countries, how they're working, like, for example, geopolitics. How is Trump controlling the US? Elections are coming. How is that going to affect the dollar? So we are looking at all that. So that's basically what we teach you here in our book. And Ken is going to get deep into that in the next few minutes. So that's basically my introduction. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted you people to understand what the Forex market is, where we've come from, the failures we've had, and what we're learning along the way. So now our book is live and anyone can purchase our book. So if you go, Ken is talking on the chat group. So if you go to the chat group, you can see our M-Pesa. So for people who have not seen it, our M-Pesa is 562694. The book is going for 2,500. And right now it's open, anyone can buy. And there's a giveaway going on right now. So once I come out of this, once Ken comes in, the first person to purchase our book is going to get another book free. So if you go online and pay through M-Pesa, our paybill number, as I've said, is 562694. 562694. Our book goes for 2,500. If you get to purchase our book, this is what you're going to get, and it's just retailing for 2,500. Be the first one to buy right now. Buy one, get one free.
So hi guys, hope you're doing well, hope you're doing fine. So I'm Ken, I'm the co-founder with Caleb. We started Financial Hub. Caleb has given you a background of why we started Financial Hub, the vision behind it. And for me, I'm going to take you through the book. So what's contained in this 200-page book? What have we done? The research I've combined, what you're going through, and how you can go through the book. Definitely, I can't go through everything. In a 200-page book, I can't do a presentation within 20 or 30 minutes. So I'll try and make it simple, basic for you to understand, but I'll be a bit technical. So don't mind the technicalities. This is just an introduction. I'm sure if you get the book, you'll be able to relate one or two things that I'll be sharing. And that is the objective, that is the mission. So what is the book about? First, I'll start with the title. The title of the book is A Template for Understanding the Forex Market. The keyword for me in this title is understanding. I think it has taken me time to know the difference between understanding something and knowing something. You can know a lot, but you can fail to understand very many things. Caleb has talked about the Bible, and we can refer to Solomon, one of the wisest men who lived. And he talked about understanding is the only objective, is the only mission. So we need to understand things before we get into them. We've seen people, very, very many people lose their money. And the biggest mistake we see is not understanding what you're doing, not understanding the risks that you're taking. So for us, if we can be able to share with you and to make you understand, and that's why I said for me, I'll be very, very happy. I'll be pleased when someone tells me I understood what you're doing and I don't think it's for me. Because again, we need to be honest. Anyone can do it, but not everyone can do it. So some people will just come in and realize that this is what I feel, and they need to find something that probably takes a lot of time, probably it's not in their interest, but some people will come in and will realize that this is the thing that can change their life. For me, Caleb, and my colleague, I'm sure if you ask us, trading moved us. It has basically changed the way we look at the world, the way we look at everything. And I think if you're living and you're working, your work is a big part and it contributes a lot to you developing as a person. So for the presentation, I'll be I'll share my screen with you guys for you to be able to see what I'll be talking about, because I have different things that I'll be going through. The presentation is a bit technical, so I will use something to guide me in knowing what I'm going through. So I'll go here and I'll go to the book launch. So how will I start? These are the topics I'll be covering. So I'll take you through the different topics. So the book is divided into 4 main topics. That's the broad picture of the book. Obviously, there's subtopics in. But basically, we first introduce you to what is the Forex market, what Caleb is trying to analyze. The easiest analogy I can use is when you walk into a bank. When you walk into a bank, everyone has walked into a bank. And when you walk into a bank, you can see quotes changing. Somewhere on a screen or somewhere, you just see US dollar 107.6 goes to 103, 102, 105. You'll always see the quotes changing. As the quotes change, they change because of what we do. What we do is what makes those quotes change. We take part in trading markets, and we are the reason why those quotes will always change based on factors of demand and supply. It's not easy to know how the quotes will change, and our main objective with teaching you is to know how those quotes will change, how they present themselves, and what will be happening when the quotes are changing. So the book is divided into 4 parts again. So one is introduction. So we'll introduce you into what is Forex trading, who trades the Forex market, and in who trades the Forex market, we'll give you a category. You'll be a retail trader. So a retail trader is someone who trades their own money. You don't trade other people's cash. Banks do take part in trading. So you'll find banks do transactions for people and they take part in trading. Also have hedge funds, we have investment banks. We have very, very many categories of people who take part in trading. We have gone through that. We also share with you how you can trade the markets. So we share with you how markets are traded, because you cannot trade one currency. What normally happens is one currency is quoted against another. So like the euro is quoted against the dollar. So that pair is called Euro USD. So we say the euro is trading at 1.3 against the dollar. It means for every euro, you get 1.3 US dollar. That's the basic thing that happens. And if you go into a bank, I'm sure everyone understands that. Then we take you through, I've talked about who trades the market, what is Forex trading, how markets work, and also we take you through the different trading sessions that are there. We have 4 trading sessions. One is in Singapore, another one is in Tokyo, New York, and London. We are very lucky to be in Kenya at the center. So we normally have London and New York, which are the heaviest trading sessions being during the day for us. So from around 10, 11, when London opens, up to around 8 or 9 when New York closes. New York closes at 12, but 8 or 9 past lunch, we find volume goes down and trading is a bit minimal as people close off work and things change. So for us, between 10 and 9, we're very busy. We're looking at markets. We're trying to understand what is happening in the markets. We're trying to see how you can position yourselves. We're taking positions, and we're trying to make money. And so that's basically the introduction. Obviously, there are other topics in there, but I've given you a brief overview of what is in the introduction. Then we go to analyzing the market. This is the most important part of the book. So in the introduction to Forex trading, I talked about how the market works, and I talked about Forex trading. So for analyzing markets, there are different ways that people analyze markets. So, but there are 2 main ways. There is fundamental analysis, and fundamental analysis, the main thing is you study the Kenyan economy. Like now, you can say the Kenyan economy, we have a 7% slash in GDP because of coronavirus. We have the tourism industry, which plays a big part in contributing to the Kenyan economy growing, not working anymore, because people now can't come in due to COVID-19. And our job now is to study what happens to the economy and how it will affect the Kenyan currency, so Kenya shillings. Unfortunately, we don't trade Kenya shillings. It's not a floating currency, so central banks are the ones who control the value of the Kenya shilling. For us, we trade the major pairs, countries which have developed. We trade markets which have developed. So we call them developed markets. The emerging markets and the developed markets. So for us, we trade developed markets. We trade sterling, we trade the dollar, we trade the Australian dollar, we trade Japanese yen, we trade euro, we trade Canadian dollar. So those are some of the main pairs that we trade when we're trading the markets. Then we also trade gold, we trade oil, we trade copper, we trade silver. These are some of the things that we also trade. And the methods that we're going to teach you of analyzing the markets can be used in any stock market. If you give me a chart, any market, whether it's bonds, whether it's currencies, whether it's commodities, stocks, I can be able to at least analyze for you what is happening and tell you, based on ABCD, we have a 60% chance of this happening, we have a 30% chance of this happening. The game is again about probabilities, there are no certainties, and that's how risk comes into the market. So we have fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis, the objective, as I said, is to understand economics in relation to the currency. For us, we are not really keen in understanding the fundamental analysis, because for most people who try to use fundamental, the investing is long-term. It's positioned to be long-term. For us, we're short-term. We try to take positions which will hold for 3, 4, 5 days. If if we hold it for so long, probably a week or two. We try to be in and out, and I'll show you how we do that. A slight introduction of how we are able to do that. So in understanding the economy, we just want to know where we are in the cycle. Like now we're in the contraction. So we are, if you look at most economies, we have a contraction and we're in a recession. Actually, we're in a recession, and that's our job, to study we're in a recession and what do several currencies do when we're in a recession. Caleb talked about the dollar being used as a safe haven because it's the reserve currency. So obviously, when everyone is running for cash and cash is limited, it tends to be valuable. So you need to be buying the dollar during such times. Again, when things go back to easing, probably things change. So one, we try to understand what is happening to the economy. Then we also look at data releases. So every quarter, we know companies announce their earnings. So if a company made a profit, they'll announce, and we now use that in relation to what is happening around the economy. If we find 10 companies filing for less profits, then it means the economy has a problem, and we're probably going to have less GDP and less transactions happening. So there are key data releases we look for. Unemployment, like now unemployment is high, and unemployment is high again, economies tend not to be doing well. So we also need to watch such things, and these are some of the things that are important to us. So we like to look at the data releases and the business cycles. We've also gone into monetary policy and fiscal policy, so the moves in interest rates and tax cuts. Like now in Kenya, we had tax cuts. I remember telling my mom we get tax cuts, and she was very surprised that I had foreseen that before it happened, but I could be able to see that based on what was happening in the economy. I knew we had to cut taxes for us to try and stimulate back the economy. So basically, the objective in fundamental analysis is to understand what is happening around the economy and to try to get what will be happening probably in the United States, in Canada, in other places, and compare it. The challenge is comparing what is happening in the economy and making a trading decision, especially short-term based, is very, very difficult. And that's why we tend to move to technical analysis. So technical analysis, and I talked about the 80-20 rule. So 80% of our ideas will be based on technical analysis, only 20% of our ideas will be based on fundamental analysis. The best trades are the ones which the fundamentals and the technicals both point to one direction. And like now I can give you an example of gold. In gold, we have when the economy is contracting, when we're having high rates of unemployment, when cash is limited, gold tends to do very well. And if you look at gold from around June 2018, we've been in a bull market. We've been going up all the way from 1,300, 1,200, and now we are trading at 1,700, 1,800, and probably price will hit 2,000. That's why we are looking for the price. You can see it's still some money that will be made in that move higher all the way to 2,000. So that's how we basically study these things, and then you know how to position yourself in the different things that are likely to happen, and you make money now from those moves. So technical analysis is basically the study of trends and turning points. So like I said, from June 2018 all the way up to now, May 2018, that's 2 years of being in a bull market in gold. That means we've been going up. But definitely we can't go up in a straight leg. Due to factors of supply and demand, we probably go to, let me give you an example. If you're trading at 1,200, we probably go up to 1,230, we come back to 1,215, then we'll go to 1,240, we come back to 1,230, then we go to 1,250. As these moves are developing, that's how trends are established. The basic trend, the big picture, if you think about it in the big picture, 6 months, 7 months later, then you discover that, oh, gold was in a bull trend. So we were moving up. But if you follow the normal fluctuations within a day, you find that the market was moving up and down, up and down, up and down. If you look at a stock, probably you can take like Safaricom. From my understanding is Safaricom IPO'd in around 2007, 2008, it was trading at 2 bob and 50 cents. But for the last 10 years, we've been in a bull market, moving all the way from 2 bob and 50 cents to 30 shillings. In that move, we obviously had a move to 10, and a move back to 8, and a move to 12, and a move back to 7, and a move to 15, and a move probably even back to 5, then to 20. So that's how a trend is basically established. So to give you, so technical analysis, again, we have many tools that you can use to analyze the markets technically. And that was the biggest challenge we had when we started trading, because there are so many tools, and for us, when you have so many things, it creates noise rather than giving you something objective that you can use. So before we came back to a conclusion that you can use 2 or 3, 4, 5 tools, we'll be able to make a decision easier. So it took us some time. So this book now, we have not covered all the tools. As Caleb said, we have written proven strategies for profiting in Forex trading. So we have taken several tools. We have learned how to use those tools. We have seen them make us a profit in the market. And now we are sharing with you those tools here. So all the tools that we've talked about here can help you profit in the Forex market. Don't focus so much on what is happening around you. There are very many things which are on the internet. There are very many tools which you can use. But please, 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 if you choose to trade the markets, try to simplify your work into one easy thing that you can use. So to give you an example, I'll just do a chart breakdown. I'll do it really, really fast. So I won't try and make you understand from this one. So if I try to make you understand, obviously we'll be here for quite some time, and that is not the objective. The objective is to just share with you how we go about breaking down the charts and how you arrive at a certain conclusion. So for example, we have several tools that we use, and if you check the book, anyone who has bought the book or anyone who will be buying the book, you get tools like pivot points, you get tools like trend lines, you get tools like candlesticks, what you can see ahead, what you can see on your screen right now, because I'm sharing my screen. So hopefully everyone can see. And we need to study these things. As you can see, it's moving down. You can see the red, it's moving down, and the green, it's going up. But now when I give it to you like this, you don't know how to make a decision, you don't know when to buy, when to sell, where to buy, where to sell, which are some of the most important things when you're trading markets. So for example, I'll just try and break down this chart, and this is 4-hour time frame. We're also going into some of these things. And for me to arrive at a certain decision, I need to know what is happening. So if I, for example, just click on the daily chart, let's try and see what has been happening. So I talked about trends. So you can probably move backwards. Just try and look at what is happening. If you move backwards, you discover that there was a time we were moving lower. Okay, let's start from January 2019. So that's a brief analogy of how you make money in the market. So for like this one, we expect it to sink lower. Now we are selling the US dollar, Canadian dollar, expecting it to sink lower all the way to the 1.32, which is the next downside target for us. This will take some time, probably in the next 3 to 6 months, we'll be selling the Canadian dollar. So it helps us in timing, it helps us in knowing what is going on. So that's basically what we have in technical analysis, and that's what we do when we're doing technical analysis. Then we take you through psychology of trading, which is the next main topic. So in trading, what Caleb was talking about, I think Caleb really emphasized this. You need to learn to behave in a counterintuitive way to how you are created. It is human nature to be emotional. It is human nature to be biased. It is human nature to always want to be right. It is human nature to want to support your ego. And you have to learn to behave in a counterintuitive way. And the best way for us to learn how to behave in a counterintuitive way is to use the psychology to understand how humans behave and to counteract that. So by nature, we are short-term thinkers. We tend to think of what we'll be eating tomorrow. We tend to go through pain, not thinking of the long-term consequences we have. Because pain obviously is pleasure if you think about it with the long-term consequences, but we don't tend to think that way. So in psychology, one of the key topics that we go through is emotions and investing decisions. You don't make your investing decisions emotionally. And emotionally, I mean a certain person bought a car, so you bought a certain person made money in a stock, you decide to buy a stock just because that person made money. That's not how you trade. You make decisions based on logic. You have to bring in some information, analyze it, and make an investment decision. Again, one of the reasons why we tend to be so emotional is as humans, we hate uncertainty and randomness. So we like to control things, we like to make things orderly, but unfortunately, life and markets don't work that way. So we need to get used to some uncertainty, to some randomness. And for us to get used to that uncertainty and randomness, we need to learn to manage our minds. So in psychology of trading, we share with you several things. One is the use of a journal. So every day after trading, we tend to write how the trading day was, how we behaved, how we handled our positions. We also use other styles like meditation and silence, just taking some 30 minutes in your day, and you sit down, reflect on what you're doing, the decisions you've made, the impact of your decisions in your account, and how do you gain consistency in a random market. So that's something we also go through in the psychology of trading. So actually, I remember when the editor was reading the book, he came back to us and told us, this is not a book about trading, this is a book about investing. And I think even if you want to be reading, if you want to be taking part in trading because of the technical part, maybe it becomes too hard, maybe you discover it's not your thing, you can still learn some crucial lessons which will really help you when you're trading. So some of these lessons include self-awareness, the role of self-awareness. So you need to be self-aware about yourself. You need to know how you interact with people around you. And these are some things that are very, very important when you're trading markets. So that's basically what you have in psychology of trading. I've given you an overview. So the objective, as I've told you, is to train the mind to behave in a counterintuitive way to human nature. Then you have risk management. So uncertainty comes with risk, but risk is also the source of opportunity. So as traders, we look at risks in two ways. So we always say there are two kinds of risks. There are risks that you must take for you to thrive. So if you want to thrive, if you want to go further, you need to forget security. And I think one of the decisions that we made really earlier on with Caleb was to decide that when doing some things, we'll probably not consult some people, because people always wish for you security, but for you to thrive, you need some risk in your life. So you need to take risks, but you need to manage the risks. So as a trader, the first job you learn is your primary job as a trader actually is to identify risks and to manage them in the market. So the objective obviously is to protect the downside while getting the upside. So if you have $1 million shillings, you're trading $1 million shillings, how do you risk 20, 30,000 of that $1 million shillings for you to make 60, 70,000, but still have enough bankroll for you to be trading 6, 7, 8 months from now? So you need to have that in your mind. And in trading, in risk management, we take you through things mainly: how to identify risks in the market, how to evaluate risks in the market, and how to manage risks in the market. So it's about probabilities. And I think the crucial lesson that I learned when I was in school, one of the lessons that I really think was important for me was probabilities. So if there's an 80% chance that something will happen, that's a high probability, and you want to be taking more risk when there's an 80% chance that something will be happening. When there's a 20% chance something will be happening, probably you also want to take that risk, but also the reward needs to be very big for you to justify taking the risk. So that's something that you also learn, and we take you through how you manage risk, the different methods of managing risk, like ensuring you have a stop loss, ensuring you set drawdown limits. So if you have $1 million shillings and you decide I'm not willing to lose more than 200,000 of this cash, and if I lose 200,000, I need to stop trading, find someone who can explain to me what I'm doing wrong. And some of these things, that's why we're telling you, you need to learn how to trade before you get into markets. As people come into markets, take too much risk, and when you take too much risk, obviously you burn in the jungle. So when you burn in the jungle, you blame the markets, you blame other things, and that's not really good. Again, in psychology, I think the most important lesson was taking responsibility of your trading and taking responsibility of the decision. We have tried to do a job of explaining to you people that you should not give your money to people, not trade without understanding what you're getting yourself into. And we're talking about this from a point of pain. We had to go through the pain of losing money, the pain of making decisions which are not sound and sane, because we never had anyone to guide us. I remember when we started trading, we tried looking for someone who looked like he understood what he was doing, and it was very, very hard for us to get someone to guide us. So for us, helping you take responsibility, helping you manage risk is very, very important, and we're really, really grateful. Even if you learn how to manage risk and how to look at your psychology differently from reading this book, and I think you'll also have gained something. So how to go about the book? So I think the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer did a very good job of explaining how to go about reading, and he has an essay on reading. And the first rule is a book should first be read from beginning to end, because it can only be understood once you know what's contained in the book from beginning to end. So the first objective once you get a book is to skim through it, to understand the language, to get the words that are written in there. Is it technical? Is it easy? Is it hard? Once you get that, then you count from the beginning. Since you know what is contained in the book from beginning to end, it becomes very easy for you now to relate with some of the things that are there. So that's the first thing I'll tell you. Take the book, take about a week or two, skim through the books, just go through the words that are written there. At this point, you're not struggling to understand. If you struggle to understand in the first time, it will be very, very difficult. So you're just skimming through the book to identify the keywords used, the information in there. And as you read now, you'll be able to understand what's contained from beginning to end. Then you need to, the second thing that I'd advise you is you practice as you read, especially the technical analysis part. So if you go to a section on trend lines and you read about trend lines, open a trading view account, study trend lines, look at trend lines, learn how to draw these things. Obviously, you can't develop a skill only from reading. Reading will only guide you on what you need to practice on. So we are guiding you when practice how to draw trend lines. In practice, how to study candle, how to understand what a candlestick is doing. When practice, how how to look at pivot points. Don't practice how to draw key levels. So when you're reading the technical part, please ensure that you practice also what you're reading. So once you read, go and practice something. Once you read, go and practice something. So I think that's very, very important. So first skim through the book at least 1 or 2 times to understand everything that is there. You can go through practice as you're reading some of these things. Also for us, as you are doing some research, as you are learning how to trade, it's very, very difficult. But some things when you look back, think about how easy they are right now and how difficult it was at the moment. And it looks funny to us not to be able to understand some things in the beginning, but now it's very, very easy. So once you start, obviously, it will be a bit technical, but don't mind, just skim through the book first, look at what is there. I'm sure no one, absolutely no one, can fail to understand what is here. In fact, what most people give up on is psychology of trading and the element of uncertainty. This also has to do a lot to the person. Are they willing to change how they behave? Are you willing to learn new things? Are you willing to go through the pain that is contained in markets and trading for you to get on the other side of the market? So most people don't feel in understanding the technical part. Most people feel in understanding things which are easily relatable to you guys. So I think I've given you a brief overview of what the book contains. And now I'll pass it on to my colleague who will share with you other products you have, because maybe you'll want to read the book and then you'll want to think about other things that you're doing.
Just to cover up what Ken has talked about, he's talked about the risks that we need to avoid in order to survive, and the risks that must be taken in order for us to thrive. So that's basically just to sum up the story that I shared earlier on today. Like last year, the story I've talked about, how we failed, how we lost 100,000, but we had to take that risk in order to understand, is the Forex market really ready to be taught? Is the hunger out there? Do we have what it takes? So just learning from your mistakes, and at the same time, the risks that must be avoided. So for example, Ken has talked about being counterintuitive. So if you take an example, if we use the animal kingdom, so when a gazelle is roaming in the wildlife, and it's just eating the grass, enjoying the wonderful sun, enjoying the wonderful breeze. Maybe they've gone to a lake, they take some water and enjoy their life. And all of a sudden, there's a lion that comes out from nowhere. So all of a sudden, there's stress and there's danger. So they sense the danger and everyone scatters. Everyone is running their own direction. So luckily, this gazelle we're talking about ends up surviving and they survive that day. They do not die that day. So when the lion is far gone, the gazelle forget about the lion. They have no memory about the lion. They go back to grazing. They do not go hide behind a tree thinking a lion might come back anytime again. If you compare that to us humans, well, when we humans are faced with danger, we tend to overextend that danger. We have this stress. So I have financial bills. We think about this. We think about problems we had in the past, and we start thinking about problems that are yet to come that have not happened. So we think about the danger. We do not live in the present moment. Living in the present moment helps you be counterintuitive. Think in a different way, not like we sort of be like animals. Once the danger is gone, is it good now to do something yet again? So that's what we're talking about. So that's it. And Taras will come and talk to you about our website, what is entailed in it. And just to finish up what Ken was talking about, what is taught in our psychology, if you know or if you don't know, every single day, each and every human on average has about 60 to 80,000 thoughts. So you, everyone who's watching, I can see Judith Owinga is there, Lillian, Lucy, Martha, Marvin, Matthew, Naomi, Washira, Terry, Kidula. Thank you everyone for joining. Girma, all the way from Coast, Slim the developer, Monica, thank you for joining. ZP, I can see you. Black Coffee, I can see you. Ben Kieru, everyone who's joining, each and everyone here thinks about 60 to 80,000 thoughts in each and every day. Now that is not bad, but the problem is over 90% of all those thoughts we think about every day are the same thoughts we thought about the day before and the previous day. So each and every day, we humans tend to live a repetitive lifestyle. So for example, let me show you an example. So this is town, and you see those we get to have a beautiful view up here, but you can see we normally watch people here each and every day. So there's a repetitive cycle. People are so predictable that we can be able to know when people are going to walk in that direction in the morning. No, I mean, in the morning they'll walk this direction, and in the evening they'll walk the opposite direction. They will not think why they're thinking about that, because you're doing the same thoughts in it each and every day. So in psychology, when you're trading in the markets, you need to be aware, are you thinking the same thoughts you did the day before? And if you are, how can you change them? Because if you do the same thing, you're going to repeat the same mistakes again in the market. That's the goodness about the market. We get to have immediate feedback. So unlike school, again, when you're in school, you get to learn what you're taught for 4 years, and you come to do it practically after 5 years once you finish school. But here in the Forex market, you get immediate feedback. So psychology is very important. So that's what we learn here at Financial Hub. So not to get too deep, I'll allow Taras to come in. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. We're also having a wonderful day here at Financial Hub, official launch book. I'd like to thank everyone for coming in, joining the session, learning from us. For me, I'm going to take you through the different products we have on our, as a company. We have various products. First of all, we have our subscription service, which is, okay, beside the book which we talked about, we have a subscription service. In this platform, it's basically for those who have tried trading, people who are struggling with creating a profitable strategy or risk management, psychology of trading. This is the best plan for you to learn from or make some money out of it as you learn trading. So on our on our subscription, now what you can see is our website basically. This website was created in 2018, and we've had multiple of it as we continue to improve it. And we promise that with time we'll continue making the user experience better and allow more people to learn from it. So when you come to our official website, we have different packages of what you can learn from. The most important part is the Forex services we offer. Like, what do we offer? So we offer Forex signals in forms of subscription, and this monthly subscription, what I was trying to describe, and I'll go into it. So we have two packages of the subscription. You can either have a monthly basis, or you can pay for 3 months, which is a bit discounted to $90. Basically, what we entail in our subscription is, as you can see, we always have our Sunday market breakdowns. Every Sunday, we'll drop a video to break down what we are looking at the market for the coming week. The pairs we are watching, the pairs with high probable setups, what we are looking at the very, very high probable, and trades which will be risky, which trades will be less riskier, and yeah. So on Sunday, you always get a breakdown of what we are looking at as a company. Then on Wednesday, again, we will brief you on the pairs we gave you on Sunday, and we will show you how the trades are performing on Wednesday, because the market's open on Monday. So for the Sunday market breakdown, it's to help you know how to analyze the market for the coming week. Then on market open, you'll now be able to know which pairs you are watching. After that, on Wednesday, we will update you with another video again of how the pairs we gave out on Sunday are performing, which pairs are in line with our analysis, which pairs are not in line with our analysis, and which one we will need to come out of the trades. Besides the videos, we should be getting 2 to 3 videos weekly, the Sunday market breakdown and the Wednesday market breakdown. We'll be having daily Forex trade setups. Now, these are the signals which we are offering, and it's where the value comes in. For our experience, we can say that we've had the tough times in the market and good times in the market, and we have a profitable strategy that we believe in here at Financial Hub, that it works and makes money in the long run. So with our, of course, it won't make money 100 out of 100 times. It will be like 80 times correct or 70 times correct, but with that, you maximize on your wins and minimize on your losses. So every day we will give trades. Like, let's say I'm watching Euro USD for sell. I'll give the entry, give the risk. That's the most important part. What you are supposed to risk for the trade. points to watch on where you should get out of the trade and where you should take your profit also. So those are the trades which people check. And so far, people who have the subscription, they're very, very happy with the product, and we promise to keep it better. Apart from the trade call, which will be getting almost 3 to 4 trades every week. So that makes sense. As a trader, also, you don't need to trade everything. You need to be very, very, very conservative. Always make sure you keep your risk at a bare minimum that allows you to survive in the long run. You need to trade for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you take too much risk, trust me, you only trade for 3 months. And we've also been there, and we had to come back, learn on how to manage risk. So to make sure that our signals go out faster, we have email alerts. We email you whenever our trade is being posted so that you can get the trade as quick as possible. We're also trying to develop a system where the trade can come out through text, so that that's very easy. You don't need to be connected to the internet to find the trade. From that, we also have very, very interesting weekly lessons, which we drop every Friday or Thursday. So for these weekly lessons, technical part is one part of it. There's so much you need to know about creating a trading plan, creating a trading journal, managing risk. So such stuff is not taught in the candlestick. You need someone to guide you or to show you how to manage risk well. What amount of risk is good to take per week, per month, per trade. So we will always be dropping weekly lessons that will help you learn more about trading, even as you're in a subscription plan. It's not a really full course, but it's just a plan to help you make money as you learn to solidify your trading career. So both the two plans have the same thing. It's just that the silver is a 1-month plan, the gold is a 3-month plan, which is discounted. This is the plan where I advise most people who have experience in trading but are struggling to make money or to gain consistency. This is what you should take up. Besides our subscription packages, we now have the main courses, which can take a beginner from being a newbie to being an experienced trader and a professional trader. For that, we have 3 different course packages, depending on also the level of trading you are. People come in trading in different levels. You might find an expert trader, but he's really poor at risk management, but he knows so much about technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So we always try and suit most people we work with. And for the course packages, we have, as you can see, we have 3 course packages: the trading masterclass, the professional package, and the legendary package. The masterclass is a 3-day, very, very intensive and interactive session here at our offices. You come from morning 9 to 4. We take you in-depth analysis. It's sort of it's a boot camp. It's intense. So we try and fit almost everything in 3 days. That's why we call it a masterclass. It's also a very good package for those people who are not so good in risk management, identifying trade setups, but they know what they're doing in the market. They know how to make money, but they don't know the right way to go about it. So for this, that's why it's a bit fair price. It's just $149, or about 15,000 Kenya shillings, and it's a 1-month program. In this program, during the 3 days, we will help you now craft your challenge into sort of a way you can make money while beating your challenges. Let's say you really know how to trade, but you're really poor at risk management. We will come here at our team. We have very good risk managers. We have good analysts, and everyone is a good trader. So we help you specialize. We help you improve on what's really burning you down in your trading. So if it's psychology, we will take you through the psychology part. We will need to know, like, are you too emotional? Are you too irrational? Are you taking too much risk? So with that, we will help you like curate a system for you personally. That's why it's a 3-day course. We take a limited number of people per session, and it's a good package that if you're struggling with making a winning system, this is the package for you. Then these other packages are basically for the newbie trader who is new to the market. most people come into trading and they don't know where to start. Like, they're so green in trading, and the best way is, I can advise you, just pay the school fees. Because you'll go into trading, you'll deposit this, $550. In 2 months, you'll have lost it. You deposit this, $150. In 2 months, you'll have lost it. Why? Because you didn't invest in the right knowledge to know how to manage risk, understanding the markets generally, psychology of trading. So these two courses are a bit in depth, and they have more to it. So for the professional packages, as you can see, you get our exclusive course book, up to 62 videos of educational material, which covers basically concepts on Fibonacci, supply and demand, identifying trade confluences, risk. But it's not the most inclusive package yet. It's good, but not the most inclusive. Next, we have the legendary course. So this is, if you want to learn everything at once and forget about materials or getting access to materials, this is the package you take, the legendary package. The legendary package, first of all, sorry, I've missed out on something. When you pay when you're a masterclass student, you have a free 1 month in our subscription. When you're a professional student, you have 3 months free in our subscription. So you'll be getting our trades for 3 months free. When you're a legendary student, you get 6 months free in the subscription plan. So it's sort of a bonus for you also. The subscription plan has 90 videos, which is more from the 62 videos in the professional plan. It covers all topics in the general, like to understand the general markets, which is from Elliott waves to pivots to hedge hook concept, manipulation in the markets, the best way to manage risk, which is now more advanced. We give now sort of our personal way of how to manage risk. So this is a 6 month program, which we predict that you'll take 6 months to learn what we give you. With this, you have 3 days, full 3 days, like 3 days with team here at the office also. You come in, we take you for 3 days. It's sort of a masterclass, but anytime now you want, okay, you give your own booking, then we give you a date. We will take you through, individually, we will take you for just 3 days on the best way to go about the course, because this is a new person, he knows nothing about trading. We'll first introduce you into what you're getting yourself into, then break it down for you on how you will check, like on how you'll be able to cover the course in a meaningful way in 6 months, and also make sure you understand everything. So for the literary students, we give too much focus on you because we need more focus and we need more help. So those are the main products we have, the main courses we have that we teach at Financial Hub. I'll continue with what we have on our website. So this website basically is an educational website. It's not, we're not here to tell stories, or we're here to give educational content. And with that, we give both fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and education for a new person in trading. That's why we have chart analysis here. This is where you get all your technical setups that you're looking for. Every week, every day, we drop about 3 to 5 technical setups, about also 3 to 5 market or fundamental news, and we always drop articles on psychology and for the newbie or person who is coming to learn for the first time. So looking into the chart analysis sector, for example, you will find that this is where we share the currencies we are watching. Like, let's say I'm trading Euro USD, I will write an article on what I'm looking for, what exactly we as Financial Hub are looking to trade for the week. So you can see here, this is an article by Ken. You're saying Euro USD is set to break off its consolidation. If you go to your chart right now and look at Euro USD, you'll see that indeed Ken's analysis was right. And Euro USD broke out of this consolidation and reached for the higher target it was aiming. So this is very, very, very inclusive. You can learn a lot on how we go about analyzing or breaking down the charts just from reading. It's all for free, all for free. So much content for free. and we do it every day with consistency. Besides that, we have what we look from the fundamental space. Let's say Trump is talking, Saudi Arabia and Russia are fighting over oil production. We'll always document that for you also for free on our website. So for example, this is a very good article on Russia considering extending production cuts beyond June. So to understand this, such an article will just help you understand what's happening in the oil industry. Here at Financial Hub, we trade oil actively, we trade gold actively, and that's why we have to update you on what we are seeing in these commodities. You can see traders are heavily shorting the Hong Kong dollar. So these are just free articles on fundamental analysis. Now we will also drop our psychology articles, which is a sector that Ken has mastered well. He's always the one doing these articles. He's a very, very good psychological trader. Like the main reason why traders lose their discipline. If you read this as a new trader, of course, it will help you understand so much about why traders lose. It's basically because of the lack of discipline. Finally, we have the newbie sector, which is, I advise anyone who is coming into the market dream, this is where you should be focusing on, to just learn on the very, very simple techniques in trading, like why technical analysis works in Forex market. This is something for a new trader to be given. Measure of trends in the Forex market. 4 magic steps of trade execution. They are very, very simple articles to help a newbie basically to get an idea of what Forex entails. Challenges of Forex trading in Kenya. This is an article that did very well from way before we started the Financial Hub officially. And I urge everyone to go and read this article on challenges of Forex trading in Kenya. It will show you that most people are doing this in the wrong way. And finally, for our students and for those who take up our courses, we give you a sort of a personal portal to your, where you'll be learning from every week. And I'll show you what how that platform looks like. It's a very interactive platform. So we give you, once you register, we give you your login details for the different sectors you'll be. So this is an example of a subscription platform for the students. So if you subscribe to our Signal plan, this is where you'll be getting the videos every week. As you can see, we started back in March week 2, when we've been very consistent with dropping our articles and videos. Sunday market breakdown analysis, Wednesday market recap, Sunday pre-market analysis, Wednesday market recap. And you can see here is the learning lesson I was telling you about how to trade using Triceratops. Now, that's we specialize on one learning lesson that will improve your trading. You can see April continued consistency, April week 1, week 2, 3, week 4, May week 1, May week 2, May week 3, May week 4. And now we're going into June, and we continue with the same consistency, same effort. So for our students, be sure that you will always get really, really good value for your money. I'll try and check out the other courses. This is just an example of the subscription plan. So also for the legendary course, you'll have your portal here. Professional package, you'll have your portal here, and the trading masterclass. So we are creating, for every package you take, we have different courses there. If you take the legendary package, here is where you get your 90 videos. Here is where you get your 62 videos for the professional package. And finally, this is where you get your portal for the masterclass students. Basically, that's all we offer for now. And I'll bring my partner back. So yes, guys, that was Taras taking you over our website, what we cover, what we have, the different products we offer here at Financial Hub. So it's back to Ken, and I will be answering a few questions. As we've talked about, our books are now live. You can buy them on our Paybill number 562,694 for 2,500 shillings. So far we've been asked a question we've been asked 2 questions on the Zoom chat. We've been asked by Washira, how many times have you blown your accounts? And the last question we've been asked, I've seen some traders trading off EMAs only. What's your take on that? So I think Ken will answer the first one and I'll answer the second one.
So how many accounts have we blown? I'll speak for myself personally. I won't be able to answer for everyone on the team. So I'm a bit aggressive when it comes to trading. So definitely I've blown more accounts than anyone else on the team, meaning I've lost more money than anyone else on the team.
Actually, Ken has blown my account.
But I think I've also made more money than everyone on the team again. So due to my aggressive nature, I had to lose some money.
He lost money, took my account, started trading it, and lost my money.
Yeah, so that's the process. That's how you learn. But I've also made more money than everyone again on the team due to the aggressive nature and how you trade the markets. So I think you don't have to go through the process of blowing accounts. Okay, when you meet traders, most of them will tell you they blew accounts. But if you ask them what they knew when they started trading and why they blew off their accounts, 85 to 95% of them will tell you, I had not learned enough. And I am an example, Caleb is an example, Taras is an example. So when you don't learn enough about markets, you're bound to blow an account. That's one of the main reasons. The other 15% I think about is faulty risk management. So if you have faulty risk management, if you have faulty psychology, if you have a faulty system, you're bound to lose money in your trading. But if you take care of these things, you can be able also to make money, and you have been able to make money in the markets. And I think that's what is really important. So if you want to avoid blowing accounts, I think I never actually answered the question. I've blown, I think, 4 accounts. So the first account I started with 300, I started with another one 500, and I blew another one for Caleb, the other one Caleb is talking about, and another one. So I think I've blown 4 accounts generally. Actually, there is one I blew. I had about $600, lost it all with $150, and I decided to take the $150 that was remaining and go to coast for a trip at least to enjoy before coming back to markets. So there's a lot of pain when you're learning to trade also, and I think you need to be ready also to go through the pain if you're willing. I won't lie to you, there's a lot of pain in learning how to trade, but I think the reward is also worth it. So that's the answer I think to your question.
So I'll answer the second question. I've seen some traders trading off EMAs only. What's your take on that? For those people who do not know EMAs, it stands for exponential moving average. No need to really understand it now. We've done it in the book. It's a bit technical. It's a tool we use in the Forex market. So my take on it is that there are different people, different personalities, different trading styles. So I cannot say that doesn't work or that works. If you find your edge in trading, you can use any tool or any edge that you have to make profits in the market. So people who trade off that alone, if they've mastered that skill, it's fine. That people who just look at the chart, they know what pattern is forming. Personally, I'm really good at spotting patterns in the market. That's what I look at. My mind is wired that way. So when we do psychology here, doing introspection and retrospection, looking at what I'm good at, I get time to see what I can, how I can create an edge in the market. And that's how I am. That's how my mind works. For example, I'm really good with direction. So if I go somewhere new for the first time, driving a car, even walking, I can easily remember that place without having to refer to anyone again. So that's the same thing how my mind works in the market. I'm really good in spotting patterns. I can always know how the market rate is going to turn. Not always 100%. I can say 50% of the time, and I know how to maximize on my wins. So to answer that question, my take on it is that if it works for you, that's fine. If it doesn't work for you, that's also fine. Look for what works for you. So that's to answer Black Coffee on his question.
Economic recession and a bear market.
This is the time we tell you people to sit tight and watch the market closely.